Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, August the 26th, 2022. Friday, August 26th, 2022. No cliffhanger Friday for Young and the Restless, but story did kind of move along in Young and the Restless fashion. We have Adam immediately immediately calling Chance to the park, pretty much trying to blackmail a cop, letting him know, hey, I came in contact with the official police report of Ashlyn Locke's death and what really happened, and you pretty much are covering it up. Hmm, isn't that a crime? Seriously, how did you come across Kevin's stolen laptop? See, because that's exactly what it is. And not only how'd you come across it, how'd you hack into the GCPD files? See, no, what you saw is how I got a hold of it is irrelevant. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a crime. You're so busy wanting your father to be held accountable for his crime and a cover up. But we're not going to talk about how you came in contact with this piece of information illegally. What? And Chance didn't give Adam what he wanted. Chance was like, you need to give that up. Oh no. And then like, how did you come across that? So Adam leaves that meeting unsatisfied, pissed off, right? And then we go to what I love. We go to Chelsea and Billy. Go Billy Abbott. Go Billy Abbott. What did he do? Whoa, hey, pushed her away. He's looking at like this is in left feet. What, huh? You know? And he's like, this is that was a mistake. Not this is a mistake. Like, oh, what we're doing. No, that was a mistake. Whoa, did I accidentally give you the wrong signal? Did somehow our wires get crossed? Because no, I am so happy. And she's looking. I don't know why I did that. I don't. Let's not even talk about it. Let's don't ever talk about that again. No. I don't, that's completely a mistake. No. I don't know why I did it. See, that response she's given is only because he gave that response to her. Had he said, actually, had he kissed her back, he did not kiss her back. She would have been all in it. Okay. But now she got eggs slapped right there on her face with that, Chelsea. And Billy's like, let's talk about, let's talk about what happened, because he wants to know, what part did I play in this? Because I'm sorry, that I didn't mean that. So anyway, she goes, no. Let's never talk about this again, please. Let's just do the podcast. And he goes, are you sure you want to do the podcast without talking about? No. Let's just do the podcast. So they do the podcast, which was horribly boring to me. Horribly boring, right? And they're talking about, saying goodbye. And Chelsea's like, yeah, he's, the creator of the Grinning Soul, Billy Abbott. Now, I don't know. The Grinning Soul podcast, I could have swore that's where he used that fake voice, right? When he was doing all his scoops. That was anonymous, right? I thought. It's the second part, the other, because he kind of had two podcasts going. The other one, he was Billy Abbott. But whatever, okay, maybe they've now decided to merge the names. So he's decided to go back to his corporate life or whatever she says. And then Billy's like, he's saying whatever he's saying. And then she's like, yeah, well, truth be told, Billy and I were an item in the past. We were together. Billy's kind of look, he's looking at her and he goes, well, that was a long, long time ago. And I don't even know. Well, he goes, and we don't need to get into that. And then she goes, yes, it was ancient history. And I don't even know why I brought it up. So, yeah, but, I'm just saying, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, you are crashing and burning, chick. So they end the podcast and Billy's kind of looking at her and he goes, look, are we good? Yes, 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 we're good. We're good. Do we seriously, Chelsea, do we need to talk? No, 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 I don't want to talk about it. As a matter of fact, no, no, let's never talk about that again. And she makes her exit. And Billy's like, what the heck just happened to her? Look, Johnny, little Johnny don't need to be around this, right? Billy's like, because I know I didn't give her mixed signals. So what I liked about Billy, what Billy then did is went straight to Lily. And Devon is like, hey, how'd the final episode of the Greening Soul of your podcast go? Because I was fine, wrapped it up. Because I can't wait to hear it. And I'm thinking, yeah, you don't need to hear it. So he stands and Lily goes, so how'd it go? I mean, and he goes, I need to tell you something. And he tells her exactly what happened. Chelsea kissed me. And I don't know if some kind of mixed signal was given. It definitely wasn't my intention. And he goes, but thus confirming or reaffirming why I need to step away from the podcast, especially from with her, right? So Lily, I like the way she handled it. She looked up at him like, whoa. She goes, should I be concerned about this? And Billy's like, no, no, because he and Chelsea were never really ever together. Here's the thing. I started racking my brain and I thought, at what point? See, no, Victor used Chelsea to get pregnant when Billy had, done his whole getaway and escape, and he used Chelsea to pick him up in this bar. They weren't even an item then. He was her mark that she was being paid to distract whatever he paid for. And then Victor decides to have Billy arrested because Billy Abbott was off the show for a while. Victor had him arrested. So this is when Billy Miller, the actor that played Billy, initially left before they cast, I don't know this actor's real name, ex Noah Drake from General Hospital. Let's say that, because that's who he is. Took me a minute to get used to Noah playing Billy. But so no, they were never an item ever. And then when she showed up to town pregnant with little Johnny, she was wreaking havoc. Victor paid her to just try to really wreak havoc between Billy and Victoria. So Lily, Billy assures Lily, no, there's nothing to worry about. Lily she's not worried about it. But there was a meeting between Devon, Nate, and Lily. And Devon brought up his ideas. He's done some research about the profitability of the doing their own what do they call it? Little venues, their own concert venues. And Devon says, look, it's a good idea, but it's too much to bite off right now for us. And Nate is like, but you haven't even looked at the information. You haven't even looked at the research. And Devon is kind of like, it doesn't really matter what the research is. At this stage of the merger, that's not that should not be a viable direction we go in. And so Nate gets all up in a huff. I got another meeting to get to, and he just leaves. And Lily is trying to be peaceful with it, be the peacemaker. And so Devon is like, look, I hope you understand. It's not an attack against Nate. I am not downplaying Nate's ideas. When you even said it to me, I said, but now is not the time for that venture. It might be a good idea, yes, but now is not the time. And so Lily goes, yes, but Devon, you didn't even look at the information. See, that's the thing. Couldn't you even look at the information? He goes, yes, I can look at it. And so she goes, that's it. Because I think, here's the deal. Devon could say, hey, you know what? I'd like to see that research. He could have said that. Nate would have got him to it. Nate would have went out and started calling vendors. So, seriously, he would have went out, started calling venues, vendors, and all Devon would have said is, I'll look at the information. And then after he looked it over, he would have said, this is great, but let's slot this in for year 2. Nate would have been pissed. No, it needs to be year 1. It needs to be now. You're not thinking big. See, that's the whole thing. No matter what Devon would even say, Nate would not be happy with it. And that is the truth. So then he's having this meeting with Elena, just, bashing. And Devon thinks too small and going on. And Elena's just looking at all this. See, he's wishing he was talking to Amani, who would have been just, yeah, no. You need to just go, keep moving forward. What you do? You keep doing, And Elena's like, okay, from what I'm hearing from you, over and over again is how unhappy you are. You can always return to medicine. And he's looking at her, what? That chapter is closed. That door is closed. And Elena's like, no, that door can actually open right back up, because she's thinking, you're still a licensed practicing doctor, Nate, right? And so Nate just didn't want to hear it. He goes, no, I made a promise to my family. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to see it through. And I'm thinking, but you're sure not talking about it like that? Like you made a promise? Like this is where you're going to be? You're going to make this work? No, you're anti-Devon. I'm telling you. Nate needs to go. Seriously. I don't like the fact that, Nate is Nate. So then we get Chelsea ends up at the coffee house, and she's looking like, I screwed up. I screwed up. Yeah, you screwed up, chick. You screwed up. Chloe was right. So Chloe sees her and she goes over to her and she's kind of like, what's wrong? And she's like, look, I've had a bad day. And I really messed things up. And I don't want to get into it with you, Chloe. I don't want to get into this with you. And Chloe goes, I didn't want to get into anything with you. I'm your friend and I just want to see how you do. No, I can figure this out all on my own. Okay, right? So then at the end of the show, Chelsea's in the park. Adam's in the park. I'll get to that in just a minute, because we got Mr. Adam showing up at Sally's office, telling her, and Sally's like, well, what are you doing here? I came to apologize. You were right. The whole reason this, and this, and he's trying to be so sincere to Sally. And Sally's like, so you're finally admitting, finally? Because he goes, I just knew you're the only person I could talk to. Sucking Sally in. And she's like, okay, you can talk to me. What's going on? What's happening? So then he tells her, I'm going to give you, a scoop. And after he butters her up about, just wanting to protect her, just wanting, yes, it was just to protect. Anyway, I came across some information, a police report telling the real truth what happened with Ashley Locke's death. And there's been a cover up and this, and that. And Sally's like, because see, she already knows Kevin's laptop's been stolen because Chloe told her. How'd you come across this information? That's not important. No, it's not. And so I went to Chance, and Chance doesn't want to make things right. And so then he just goes, so I'm coming to you. This is a story that's good, great for you, right for you, and on and on. Yeah, it may be some black backlash, you know. I mean, yeah, they may want to sue, but after this story, this is Pulitzer winning material. You know, any other media company would love to pick you up after that, and because you said you really, this job wasn't important to you, I was important to you, and I'm thinking, oh, really, emotional blackmail, manipulation, everything else, Adam. And so Sally, after she hears all this, she goes, so you couldn't trust me with your real plan all along. Couldn't trust me with that. But now that you want me to be the fall guy, really, because this would end my career here, to be the fall guy. Now you want to come clean. Now we could be partners, right? She's like, and no, honestly, if I do this, what other company would take me on knowing I did this to my own former employers? No. She goes, look, you know what? It's pathetic that you thought you could manipulate me like this. And you know, the days of you telling me what to do are over. And he's got these teary eyes, like, what? You're not gonna do my bidding? What? Everybody is telling him no. What? Huh? She goes, I'm not gonna tell you what, thank you for the information, but I'm not about to tell you what I'm gonna do with it. But you know, she's just like so over him because she realizes, oh, so now the master plan is to make me the fall person. I'm not wearing that well. Okay. So she walks out, and kudos to Sally. She walks straight to Victoria and tells Victoria what Adam told her as a heads up. And I was like, yes. And she goes, where'd you leave it with my brother? I told him I didn't, you know, that I didn't know what I was going to do with the information. And Victoria's like, good. So you didn't absolutely close the door in his face. That might work. And I'm thinking, stupid Victoria, don't make it worse. Because see, Victoria will make a situation work worse, like Victor. She really will. So it was left there. And then that's where we get now Adam's in the park. And now Chelsea's in the park, two losers. And they're going to be drawn together. And scenes where Chelsea's saying, okay, tell me what happened. What happened? Have at it. You know, well, you go first. And I'm like, okay, now, because look, those two are each other's downfall completely. So let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. Libby said, oh my God, I spit my coffee out when you said there was a woman in the next room going into labor and the car thief is able to go in to deliver it because he's a jack of all trades. I know, that's just how ridiculous that was. Thank you so much for enjoying that little bit of humor. And she said now on to Phyllis how stupid she is. Her vengeance against Diane is allowing her to give up on something that was her dream that she built from the ground up. She is doing the ultimate sacrifice. And she can't see Diane is already winning. She just needs to sit back and let Diane self-destruct, but nobody could seem to do that. And then Annette says Billy and the crazy one were never that close. Yes, she's using her son to get a man. Yeah, they were never that close. I don't get that either. And then she said Adam was right about Victor. His way of protecting his children makes things worse. Well, yes, it does. But Adam, I'm telling you. And then Robin says Chloe called it right for Chelsea and Sally. And in the past, Billy has been weak, so she hopes he's going to be strong, meaning this was commented on Thursday when Chelsea kissed him. Well, Billy was strong. Kudos to you. Good job, Billy. Good job, Billy. You are growing up. So that's it for Comment Corner. That's it for today's daily recap for The Young and the Restless. I will be back on Monday with more of The Young and the Restless daily recaps.